numerical methods for engineers. As I discussed earlier, myself, Dr. M. Varadarajulu, postdoctoral fellow in Department of Production Engineering, and this is what the syllabus numerical methods for engineers, that is PRP 40, and the entire syllabus can be categorized in 4 different units. One is introduction, the second unit belongs to linear system, the third unit belongs to nonlinear equation, and the fourth unit belongs to ordinary differential equation. Yes, you need to work along with me in order to have an effective class, and you should have a pen and notebook. Put a separate notebook for numerical methods, and copy down everything in the notebook. Since it is a mathematical subject, you should have your separate notebook, and even your one among your assignment would be the notebook. Just I am going to I am seeking the notebook alone. So you try to copy down everything which we are disseminating, and you please put a separate notebook for numerical methods. And what happened in the past, that was the issue. I have requested you to share, but you didn't share when I requested. By listening, you are trying to by listening alone, you are going to present during your examination. That may be worked out during for the theoretical subject, but it won't be better for theoretic a problematic subject. So the hands-on practice is essential to become a master in the particular subject. Whether it might be any subject, if it is a problematic or a diagrammatic, you should have a practice. The practice make you master in that particular subject. So I request you to put a separate notebook, since your assignment, one among the assignment is the submission of notebook alone. So you please put a separate notebook and copy down the things which we are going to disseminate in every class. And one more thing, and the second thing which is essentially is calculator, preferably 991 ms or es. The calculator which has the matrix and integration operation, that would be better. Even you can opt some other calculator. By my suggestion is fx 991 ms or es. And we are going to work with the Excel spreadsheet and MATLAB, and this is what you need in order to have a very good effective session. And why we need a subject titled numerical methods, and from where we need to start the subject. I usually I'll start the session from the engineering definition. This is a definition of engineering, not engineering design. This is a definition for engineering. Yes, accreditation board, ABET is an accreditation board for engineering technology, engineering design. I request someone to define engineering based on accreditation board for engineering technology. During my energy and environmental class, I have shared about the definition of engineering. What is the need to study? What is the need to study engineering? Like that, we were discussed during energy and environmental. Can you please, from energy and environmental, you please, what is the need to do education? What is the need to do engineering? Anyone?
For making life more comfortable.
For taking life more comfortable. Okay, good. Any other vision?
So understand the logic around us.
to understand the logic around us. Okay, very good. Any other vision?
To understand basic math and science.
To understand the basic mathematics. Okay. Okay, good. Then
It is even an application of sciences and maths.
okay, even we are what we are trying to do, we are trying to define engineering. If it is so, then there might be a question called what is science and what is okay. Yes, Pranav.
It's like supposing if you have to like experiment and learn everything means it will take a lot of time. So it's better like
Yes,
what has already been devised by someone. It's like you learn it and you apply it. Already something which is devised by someone, some standard methods. In that case, it makes your
yes.
process easier.
You little louder, Pranav. Good, very good. This is what the essential content which we are expecting. Yes, good. Go ahead, but little louder. Once again.
Sir, if we were to learn everything from the scratch by ourselves, by experimenting in the surroundings and all of that, it would take a lot of time for us to actually get the required knowledge or to do something productive. So which is why like we have to already learn what has been predefined by someone, some predefined methods, so that our work becomes easier and we can be more productive.
Yes, that is what the essential content. If you are saying various other factors, there might be a question rises whether education is the only way to do so. Yes, even we can do by experimenting many things we can learn. The problem with the experimental things as detailed by Pranav, it will take too much time to learn since the science started so early, and it will take around even after it will take around 2000 years to get to reach the present development. So in order to better to learn by way of doing education, what we are trying to do, we are trying to learn everything, and then we need to take a step ahead from the present development. That is what the main objective, and that is the need for education. And what do you think about engineering? What was the need you need to differentiate with other arts and science and medical. What was the definition of engineering?
The application of science and maths to solve problems.
Yes, very good. Any other vision? For me, do you have classes? A class had a class from 9:30 to 10:20.
Yes, sir. We already had a class in the morning hours. So we were having
What was the class? What was the
casting,
class?
casting and welding class. So
Okay, who handled?
Lenin sir, sir.
Lenin sir. That was the first class, right?
Yes, sir. That was the first class.
Okay, Sushma, what was the first class? For B class?
Sir, today there is no class at 9:30, sir. It is the first
Okay.
class for us.
Okay, for third semester, the third semester begins with numerical methods, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Fine. Okay, any other vision for defining engineering? Yes, we are taking so much time already. It was 11, and I request you to have a. I request you to refer the definition of engineering by a accreditation board for engineering technology. The soul is in order to have in order to uplift the human society, you are requested to do so. You should have a socio motto in order to have a benefit over the human society. Your thoughts and ideas should be in such a way for the development of human society. That was the soul of engineering, and with that note, we will enter into engineering design. as the accreditation board for engineering technology defines the engineering design is the process of devising system, component, or a process to meet design needs. It is the decision-making process in which the basic science and mathematics and engineering science are applied to convert the resource optimally to meet the stated object. Among the fundamental elements of the design process are the establishment of objective, criteria, synthesis, analysis, construction, testing, and evaluation. See, this is what the fundamental elements of the design process. There are 7 different fundamental elements of design process are detailed here. The objective, criteria, synthesis, analysis, construction, testing, and evaluation. This is what the pattern of your syllabus. The entire subjects are categorized under any one of these 7, and in such a way the subjects are categorized in different semester, not to learn about either objective, or it might be a criteria, synthesis, or analysis, construction, testing, and evaluation. And one among the very important element is analysis. And from your view, what is the need to do analysis in a daily basis? In our day-to-day life, we are applying analysis. What was the need to do analysis? The forum is open. You please unmute your mic and share your views.
So we need to analyze to make the work easy.
We need to analyze.
Make the work easy.
To make the work easy. Okay, good. Then.
Understand.
What?
Less than
Okay, then any other question?
To improve.
To improve. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
less
To improve what?
Sir,
So to explore the data and to understand the problems that we are facing, and to improve, like from knowing the mistakes that we already, like knowing the mistakes, or to any improvements that we need. So like we'll be improving that pace.
Okay, yes, very good. That is what analysis. That is what analysis. Okay, from the day-to-day life, you are approaching the analysis, and you please discuss the same head by the way of engineering. What is the need to do engineering analysis? In the same line, you
Yes,
please approach engineering analysis.
like
Please try to redefine. Yes, assume you are trying to make a building. Assume you are a civil engineer. What are the things you analyze before constructing or before manufacturing a product? What are the things you will analyze?
So quality of the raw material and the duration of the time it take to give the outcome of the product, and required instruments and tools.
Okay. These are the things. Okay, in quality aspects. Okay, good. Okay, raw material inspection and the availability, the resources. Okay, fine. Then what was the most essential information related to product? Assume you are trying to build a pressure cooker. What was the major concern? What was the major concern in every product or every innovation or
Sir,
every
the model
construction?
Model or blueprint.
Measurement
Model
accuracy.
blueprint. Then someone.
Measurement accuracy.
Measurement and accuracy is related to manufacturing. Okay.
So we analyze the output from the input ratio. And
okay, good.
The quality. of production.
Okay.
A proper plan.
Okay, proper plan. Okay. Okay. Have you seen the pressure cooker at the top? What all the nomenclatures or what are the things available at the top of the pressure cooker?
Safety one. Safety one.
Safety valve. Why we need safety valve?
Because it is pressure cooker is being used by everyone. If it's not used by someone like who is very skilled or something, so in that case, like for a common person, there always needs to be some safety equipment for.
Yes, in the same line, you please approach the analysis, engineering analysis.
So like we should be able to analyze a product such that it's able to be used by every person, regardless of whether they have a technical knowledge or not to use it.
Yes, very good. That is what the content is. The safety is very essential, and the product or a construction, it should have a reliability, and that is what the major concern about the engineering analysis. And the method of engineering analysis might be classified into many, that is experimental or analytical or numerical. And what was the major concern about the analysis before manufacturing a component or a product? It is the responsibility of the designer to ensure the reliability of the component or a product, whether the product has the ability to overcome the environmental constraints. The environmental constraints may be deformation, stress, frequency, vibration, pressure, temperature distribution, cracking, etc., etc. For example, the shaft of a machine must be of adequate size to carry the required torque, isn't it? The wall of the pressure vessel must be of adequate strength to withstand the internal pressure as detailed by, I think, Pranav. And the floors of the building must be sufficient strong for their intended purpose, isn't it? A wing of an aeroplane must safely withstand the aerodynamic loads that may come upon it in it during takeoff or flight or landing. On the whole, the engineering analysis is mandatory process to validate the reliability of the component. On the other hand, we can approach in the way of manufacturing or economics. In the way of economics also, we can approach the engineering analysis in order to predict the cost of a component. We can do even engineering analysis. That is also categorized as an analysis. That is different part in an economic point of view. Already, if you're willing to build a component, let it be a calculator, you are planning to manufacture a calculator, and your calculator having a cost of 1200, but already the features which you are planning to incorporate in your calculator is already available for a cost of 1000. What was the need to in a point of view from the buyer, what is the need to purchase a product which is having greater than 200 rupees? Okay, that is on a different hand, different approach. And what we are major concern is the engineering analysis. Before manufacturing, we are going to have an validation with a products or with a component. That is what we are going to do. And the method of engineering analysis is further subdivided into experimental, analytical, and numerical. What was our olden method of engineering analysis? Now we have a number of formulas and a number of machineries. We are in digital world. We can do the wonders with the facilities. And what was the olden method of doing engineering analysis? in assume you are in 1500, in that time also we did the wonders. During 1500, you are a civil engineer, you want to build a flyover. What was the way in which you do your analysis? In what way you do your analysis with the flyover?
Experimentation.
Yes, that is what our first classification. This is the olden method of doing engineering analysis, that is experimental. In that we were developed our own prototype, and the prototypes were developed to test and trial a new design to enhance the feature of the product or component. And a prototype is an early sample or a model or a release of the product built to test component or a process to act to see, very important, based on the results we are going to act accordingly. Is it right? That is very essential. Based on results, we are going to modify our the end product. So the things to be replicated or learned based on the results. It is a term used in a variety of contexts, including semantic design, electronics, and software, even software programming. If a designer, what was the major problem with the experimental method? Do you think what was the problem with these older method of doing analysis? If it is so good,
Lot
what
of
is the
loss.
Yes, yes, yes. Lot of cost.
Lot of loss and costs being invested into it.
Yes, very
There
good.
may be a lot of
We'll be getting less profit, sir.
Okay, okay. Yes, as someone said, and there are huge laws in doing experimental method. If designer want to even to change the dimension of the prototype, then then the entire prototype has to be disassembled and reassembled, and testing should be carried out over the new design. So the particular dimension prototype can give the solution for that specific case alone. It cannot used when there is a small change in the design. Further, it need manpower, material, and it is a time consuming and costly process. So on the whole, material, money exhaust in this type of engineering analysis, and this leads to find an appropriate technique to do the engineering analysis. So we were switch over in olden days. We don't even have a facility to validate with our results. Even we don't have the before knowing. See, in order to have a area of the circle, we struggled a lot. The scientists and mathematicians struggled a lot. Once we were introduced to pi, before that also they were dependent with some other technique, that either by 22 by 7 or some other techniques. But even after uh, invention of pi, we were very strong with knowing the various other informations, and so that we were slowly science and mathematicians and engineering grown step by step, and we have the number of formulas and a number of techniques to do the analysis. If you want to test, if you want to know about the ultimate strength of one particular material, whether it might be a mild steel, copper, bronze, or aluminum, what we can do with the data itself, we can with a pen and paper, and with a past information, we are having enough informations, and we can do analysis with the aid of these informations, right? And what was the drawback in the analytical method? See, before that, if you want to know the deflection of the cantilever beam, whether it is feasible to find the cantilever beam, The cantilever beam has a length of 100 mm and it is subjected to a point load of 100 Newton. The cross section would be 10 cross 10, and the material is belongs to mild steel. Whether it is feasible to find the deflection of the cantilever beam? Do we have any formula for finding the deflection? What was the formula for finding the deflection at the end of the cantilever beam? Someone please unmute your mic, and you were already known about these. Have you come across the subject titled strength of material? Sanjay, it is audible. Sanjay?
Sir, I have no clue what the device you are saying, sir. So I don't know that.
Sanjay, at the present semester, you are having the subject titled strength of materials? Or
Sir,
in the past? Mechanics of solids. Mechanics of solids.
I think it's not in the past, sir. I think it would be upcoming class, I think.
Okay, okay. If it is so,
Mechanics.
okay, okay. Even in the physics one, you may come across about the cantilever beam and its deflection. Deflection
Yes,
of beams. Okay, you please remind the formula. Try to remind the formula for finding the deflection of the cantilever beam. Siddharthan, yes.
So we didn't learn for formula for deflection, sir.
Okay, I'll tell you. The deflection of a cantilever beam can be calculated with the aid of PL cube by 3A. PL cube by 3A. P is the load, L is the length of the beam, and E is the Young's modulus, and I is the moment of inertia. If it is so, with the paper and pen, whether it is feasible to find the deflection without touching a cantilever beam, without having the various instruments, whether it is feasible to find the deflection of the beam, if the data is known. What happened?
Yes, sir. By using the formula, we can be knowing that.
Yes, that is what the recent advancement did. The drawbacks in the experimental is eliminated, and we can find the results with the aid of theoretical or an analytical method. And what was the drawback in the analytical method? The advantage over the analytical method is it is quick and closer results can be achieved through the analytical method, and we can do a number of iterations, and there won't be any problem with material, money, and time. If we are sound enough, then we can do analysis. We need data and we need some Indian standards and international standards to do so, and we need to be expertise over that particular subject. That is enough, right? What was the problem with the analytical which made us to opt some other technique to do engineering analysis?
So the measurement errors.
Yes, then
So
then yes, see, yes, there are I made two different lines. Please assume it is straight, and I am trying to make an horizontal and vertical line. Yes, if we are interested to know about the cross sectional area of this particular zone, how it is feasible to find?
We can find the equation of the curve and then we integrate.
Little louder.
So first we find the equation of this curve?
First we find the
Equation of the curve which you draw.
Okay, I didn't get your point. Some other one. I think there is a problem with your mic or environment. Some others. You please try
We
and
said equation of the lines.
equation of the lines. I am interested in knowing the cross-sectional area of this zone.
Sure, we'll divide it into rectangles and like.
Yes, the major portion. Okay, then I can make it as a triangle, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what was the amount of area of this particular zone?
That will be some error, sir.
Yes, that is what the issue with the analytical method. For the known regular geometry, we can do analysis. For the unknown geometry, for the unknown boundary condition, the theoretical method may not help us to find the results. We need to depend some other technique for getting the results of unknown geometry and unknown boundary condition. That is what all about the numerical methods. Numerical methods going to help us to find the results for unknown geometry and unknown boundary conditions, and this is what the syllabus, and we will discuss more about numerical methods in the subsequent class. My request, you please put a separate notebook for this particular subject, and that would be better, right? Okay, that's all about today's class. Do you have any queries? Any queries?
No, sir.
Okay, fine.
No.
Okay, tomorrow 11:30 we will meet. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You leave
Thank
the,
you, sir.
Have a good day.
Thank you,
yes,
sir.
leave the session. Yes.